Marylanders are exercising their right to vote during this year's primary election. Good evening. This is CTV News for April 26. I'm Denise Douglas.
And I'm Patricia Vallone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, primary day has finally arrived as many Marylanders head to the polls. They'll be choosing Republican or Democratic candidates for U.S. president, as well as several contentious congressional races. We spoke with voters casting their ballots today in Annapolis. Here's what they had to say.
That there have been shots that have been taken that no presidential candidate should take, and it's really disappointing.
There's a lot of negativity towards campaign funding and issues like that, which I am passionate about, so it's really enjoyable to be able to sort of stand by the causes that I truly believe in.
I'm Trump, and I'm just looking for change.
All right, so tell me why Trump?
Because he's not a career politician. And I'm tired of the career politicians.
I'm also concerned about health care, incarceration of people. There's a lot of waste going on, and I don't think they're really being addressed. Everybody's just yelling at one another.
Kasich, because he eats at every restaurant, and Trump doesn't like that.
Well, primary elections are also being held today in Connecticut, Delaware, Pennsylvania, and Rhode Island. Well, meantime, residents at a polling site in Greenbelt ran into some issues trying to cast their votes. At the city's community center, the machine that scans paper ballots broke down about noon today. The location only has one machine, and election officials say while it was down, voters placed their ballots in an emergency slot. A technician was called to repair the device, and it was up and running within the hour. The ballots that were not cast earlier will be scanned once the polls close before primary officials make a final count.
Now taking a look at one of the more watched races, the Democratic battle for Barbara Mikulski's Senate seat boils down to today. The race between two members of Congress, Donna Edwards and Chris Van Hollen, has been heating up over the past few weeks. CTV spoke with voters who say they just want someone who is going to make a change.
Donna Edwards, I'm happy with her so far. The thing that worries me is that she hadn't been around that long, and he has. But Donna Edwards.
To me, I think hopefully she's new to the game. Is Van Hollen? I think he's going to be more part of the machine that's been going on. And I like new faces.
The polls close at 8 this evening. Meanwhile, school board seats are up for grabs in several districts this election cycle. In District 8, there are 3 candidates on the ballot. The incumbent representative, Edward Burrs, is being challenged by Carlton Carter and Stephanie Hinton. Today at the Oxon Hill Public Library, CTV spoke to voters about that race.
I'm looking basically their background, what they look to gain out of this, what their interest is as far as with the kids. I have a son that's in the 5th grade now, so just what they're going to bring.
Somebody who's genuinely concerned about the welfare of our educational system, somebody who has kind of worked through the educational systems and understand what the problems are K through 12.
Voters in Districts 1, as well as 4, 5, 7, and 8 are casting ballots for school board candidates.
Well, Governor Larry Hogan signs 172 bills into law today. The signing ceremony included several measures aimed at creating opportunities for Maryland students, expanding early voting, and strengthening tools to fight opioid abuse.
Early voting, a lot of people taking advantage of it. I'm happy today to sign bills that will further broaden access to early voting centers, and a bill that requires mandatory registration for the prescription drug monitoring program, which will make it a more effective tool to fight against opioid abuse.
Now, Hogan also signed several educational bills into law, including one that grants bilingual students graduating from Maryland high schools a special seal on their diploma. American Sign Language was recognized as one of the eligible languages, and 2017 graduates will be the first to receive the biliteracy seal. And you are watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone.
And I'm Denise Douglas. Coming up